Simplify your retirement portfolio. All right. The trumpet of knowledge. Pablo went running. Pablo, you don't have to run. Pablo got scared. It's just a PVC pipe. Pablo, come on back. Finnegan. Oh, boy. All right. So let's go off the horn. My man Tim from Michigan. Tim crushes. Actually, he got hurt. And he's up and he's got his leg up because he hurt his Achilles. Did you ever see the Wheel of Fortune? Where there's a black guy from Indiana. It's actually, you got to watch this highlight. It's funny. It's actually sad. So he had all this money, and he says it was spelt out for him, Achilles, but he called it Achilles, and they said that's wrong. Dude, you gotta watch it. Look up on YouTube. The black guy who's got Indiana University shirt on. I felt bad for him because he's probably some dyslexia or something like that. He said Achilles because I probably would have done the same thing. I just call Savannah. You know what I'm saying? And I've said many words I've said incorrectly. Oh my goodness. Anyway, my man Tim's up because of Achilles, his Achilles. But he's recently retired, and he's working with Edelman for his 401k. And Edelman's got him a bunch of stuff because I don't even know what this stuff is. And the funny thing is, Tim's not a dumb guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not. I said, man, just simplify it, dude. And he goes, well, how do I do that? So I give him some ideas, and we ultimately ended up going like this. There's two things to do here. All right, so in this case, he's going to have Fidelity Balance Fund. And I'm not saying you should have that. You can do whatever the hell you want. This is just what we ended up talking about. You can't really see that very well, can you? Does black one work? Let's see here. Where is the lady who sent me these things? What was her name again? I'm drawing a blank. From Florida. I remember her mailing me. Where are you, lady who sent me these things? What the hell was her name? I can't believe it. Anyway, Fidelity Balance Fund, which is a 70-30 stock to bond portfolio. I'm going to put my 70-pound weight on this thing to keep it, there we go, steady. All right. And then SPACs. All right. So in this case, which is the Fidelity Money Market Fund, that's 70-30 stocks to bond Fidelity Money Market. And so Tim's going to have, let's just share what's going on. So he's got basically $900,000 right here. All right. And he's got $100,000 over here, and actually $150,000 in cash. This, for me, in my opinion, this is like the perfect portfolio. So $900,000, he's going to have some cash here. $100K in a CD, $50K is savings account based, savings and check. Can y'all see that? Not very well. Do it like that. Okay. There you go. That looks pretty good. All right. So he's like, well, what do I do? Edelman's got me all this stuff. You know, they want to manage my money, and they're charging 30 basis points in the 401k, but he just hung up his boots, and he's going to roll it out next year, 2024, because he'll be turning 59 and a half. So right now he's going to take a distribution under the post-55 rule, which I'm not going to get to here, but next year he'll just put in his IRA. I said, well, you already got the Fidelity Balance Fund. Why don't you just put, basically I said, why don't you carve $100,000 off this and put his SPACs. And then you got 800,000 here. All right. I hope that makes sense. So again, we have this money over here. This is our kind of just our oh crap money. So we got 8 and 100. And Tim doesn't need very much. And until he's on Social Security, he needs roughly 5%. He needs 40,000 a year from his portfolio until he's on Social Security. Then he's going to need about 20,000 a year. So this is easily done. He's got a house that's paid for. He got his college hockey team. He likes to go play hockey. He's just crushing. Just a great guy. Up in Michigan and the western part of Michigan. And so why don't you just do this? 80,000. You already got Fidelity Balance in your IRA. Just roll your $900,000 over next year, all right? And then you have 800,000 Fidelity Balance. You have 100,000 SPACs. You got 100,000 CD and 50,000 money market. And the CD matures every year and a half, something like that. I think it's 18 months. He'll roll into an 18-month CD. And I said, this is great. And anyway, so he goes, well, do I rebalance it? Well, I said, this is kind of doing that. The Fidelity Balance is rebalancing from stocks to bonds. But he goes, well, how about and then he said, it's a very good observation. He goes, what if I got 10% a year on this? And I don't expect him to, but let's just say he gets 10% a year. And we're just presume that this is only on this right here. So he needs $40,000 a year, right? I said, well, let's use this as our baseline. Actually, I want to show you what I'm talking about. 800,000 is our baseline. Let's use that as our baseline, 800,000 bucks, because this is the money that we want to consume to accumulate as we get older. All right, and what I can't stress enough, man. It's different between Tim and me. You see, I still want accumulation. That's my priority. I need growth. I need protection, which is why I'm 50, 25, 25. 50% in bonds at VTI, 25% in EDV, and 25% in money market. All right, at Schwab. I got Schwab, not Fidelity. But I'm still in growth mode. But I'm self-employed. I don't know when the bottom's going to fall out on me. I don't have this kind of scratch right here. The bottom falls out, and I got a mortgage. I still got a couple kids that they cost money. So I'm in a whole different paradigm, whatever position than old Tim is here. And so I'm still working. I'm in accumulation mode. I still want to get this 10% accumulation. And I want to compound this 10%, 10%, 10% on top of 10% on top of 10%. That's compounding returns. Tim's not like that, though. So what we're going to use this as our baseline right here. That's our baseline. So let's say a year from now, you took your 40,000 out, all right? And so what's going to happen is you go down to 760. Go like this. So we minus 40,000 out. That's what we need. So now we're down to 760. Let's say you got 10%. That sucks. So let's say I'm going to have to throw these away and get some new ones. Let's say you got 10% rate of return now. So now he's up to 76 plus 76,000. That'd be 613, 836. So now he's up to 836. What I recommend is taking this 36 and moving it over there. So now he's got 105 because he's getting 5% a year there, plus 36, he's got 141. So, I mean, again, that's assuming he gets a 10% rate of return. Now, he just threw it out there. I said, I don't think he will, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, we don't know. Bonds might freaking crush this year. No one knows. I think they will. But I said, if you get more, the minute this goes above this baseline, at the end of the year, if you start with, let me pause real quick. I want to erase this and start again. This stuff on sale at Costco, you ever heard of this? Kombucha, probiotic kombucha, zero sugar. It's fizzy. I just like fizzy stuff. It's got, they use monk fruit as opposed to aspartame or sucralose. And there's no sugar, but monk fruit. And yeah, it's pretty good. I like fizzy. And it smells good too. It's peach. But it's probiotic. And it's got tons of vitamin B in there, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, it's pretty good. You should get yourself some at Costco. I don't know. First, I don't even know what kombucha is. What the hell is kombucha? Everyone's talking about kombucha. I don't know what it is, but it's good stuff. All right. So let's go back here. So now we wake up and we're in 2025. Tim's got 800,000 in Fidelity balanced, FABLX or FBALX. Yeah, see, you can tell my dyslexia is kicking in a little bit. I was never diagnosed with dyslexia. I never got tested, but I think I do have some of that. FBALX SPACs. And we got 141 in there now. All right. All right, so now, again, that's our baseline. All right, so that's our baseline. We're sitting there and we say, okay, I need another $40,000 a year. And we're going to say minus 40 from right here. We can do it from here to there. I don't really care. What I would do again, so this is a year in, I would take it. If this guy was up, I'm taking it from this guy. Now you can see we're over here. So it's a kind of different thing than the bucket, but you get where I'm going with this. But I'm just going to do it again. Now we're going to take 40,000, we're down to 760,000, all right? And now let's just say we got a 3% rate of return on this guy right here. Man, I don't know what that would be. Do I have my calculator? No, I don't. So I'm just going to say, that's $24,000. So he's going to be basically 784. And I wouldn't touch this. I mean, I'd just leave that be if that makes sense. All right, so that's because we're locking in the gains here. So if we only got a 3% rate, we took the 40,000 out, we're at 760. We got a 3% rate of return. I'm using roughly give us $24,000. I don't know what it'd be, but roughly $24,000. That's 784. All right, so now we're stuck here at 141. So what would I do? The following year, we got 784. We're not back at our baseline. All right, so now we need 40,000 bucks. I'm gonna take it from here. All right, so now we're at 101, and whatever happens here. I mean, this is just a kind of different iteration of the barbell, but I think it's important to take gains. Once you're above the baseline is 800,000 bucks. You always got to remember our baseline is 800,000 bucks. Once we're above the baseline, we take the gains, if that makes sense. And once the gains are locked in and we're under the baseline, then we pull it from here. I know it sounds confusing, but think about it in your head a little bit. You say, okay, essentially this is no different than the bucket, except what we're doing is we're taking the gains off the table from here and we're parking it into SPACs, if that makes sense. And then the next year, if we're under the baseline, we're pulling our money from here. Anyway, once we're over the baseline again, so now we're going to get, we'll say 10% rate of return again. So that's 78,000 bucks. No, we have 78,000 bucks. So 78 plus, 784 plus 78, 12, 16, 862. Yeah, because we didn't take the 40,000 this year. We're going to put that 62,000 over here. I think that's actually a pretty good way to guarantee you're taking gains off the table. I think a lot of people don't. I think they make a mistake of not taking gains. Take the flipping gains, dude. Lock them away, especially now you get 5%. This is your oh crap money right here. I think it's important to do that. Now, you can argue, well, it's not as a fit. I just don't care. Like Tim was saying, we were talking about the other day. I talked about today about, who was he talking about? Oh, Edelman was going to charge him like 1 1/4 or something like that. And he says, well, look what we can do. He goes, I think I can do that myself for cheaper. He goes, well, look, I'm not here to bash Edelman, but he's right. He's like, there's nothing they can do on investments that you can't do. I mean, we know for a fact that the vast majority of active managers, or the sizable majority of active managers, underperform their index. And the reason is because for fees. It's just that simple. There's just no getting around it. The average rate of return net of fees, the average rate of return gross of fees will be better than the average rate of return net of fees. It's just that simple. It's basic mathematics. And again, we're not trying to... I don't care if you beat the index by 5% a year if the index is negative. If the index is down 20% and you're only down 15, you beat the index. I don't care. We want to protect and serve. That's what we want to do. Protect and serve. Love your thoughts on this. Again, it sounds convoluted, but it's just something we got to think about. It goes, should I take some gains? I think you should. And it doesn't violate the barbell. It's still the same concept. We're just, instead of taking the gains when this is up, we're parking over here immediately. And when this goes below the baseline, before we start, we're pulling the money from there. And then once this is back up above the baseline, we just do the same thing again. You need to have the baseline. I was telling them, it's like, like in 2022 and 2023, we're still down from where we were at the beginning of 2022. And people are, I'm like, yeah, but where were you in 2019? Where were you in 2015? Where were you in 2010? We're well above where we started. So last year and this year combined, we're still south, but it's not just, you can't look at it like my portfolio's down. It's just not, man. It's just not. You're up. And I mean, unless, I don't know what it could possibly be that you're not up, unless you went heavy into government long-term bonds, which, nothing wrong with that, but I hope you knew what you're buying. That's for sure. All right. Love your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter down below. No live stream on locals tonight. Taking the kiddos to go see Godzilla -1 or something like that. For a lot of the good people, that's a good movie for sure. And good people being the non-politically correct types. I'm very much looking forward to that. So no live stream on locals, but we will be doing live stream on Saturday here on YouTube. All right, God bless. We'll see you. If loving the Lord is wrong, what do you say? If loving the Lord is wrong, see how many people stayed to the end. Put in the comments. If loving the Lord is wrong, what? Put in the comments. God bless.